Welcome back, boys and girls. Now we're going to learn about a piece called the rook. Oh gosh, you know what? My eye's been bothering me. Do I have something in my eye? Can you see? Oh, it was a rock. I'm sorry. I had a rock in my eye. No, but the piece is called the rook, okay? When you see a rook, you see and notice that it has a flat top and it has little slots. That lets you know that it can move just like that, side to side, along the ranks, side to side, as much as you need, assuming you're not blocked by any of your own pieces. Or it can move up and down along the file, just like soldiers walk in a file up and down, or you, students, walk in single files up and down. This is called a long-range piece, which means it can go as much as it needs where it has space, if it's not blocked by your own piece or if there's another piece in the way. Watch what's going to happen now when there's another piece in the way, and notice and realize that we don't have pawns in front of us right now because we're demonstrating. So we're going to take that rook, it's going to go all the way up and capture the enemy rook. Now you have to think about in chess what can happen when you make a move, because now the other rook is going to come and recapture you as well. And it'll come along that rank and capture you. So another thing that I wanted to tell you was this is the second most powerful piece in chess. There's certain special things. For example, at the end, if you're left with just one rook and one king, you can still win a game. And the rook is a long-range piece, and it's also called a major piece. The two rooks and the queen are major pieces. And the rook is worth 5 points. Let me explain points real quick because we're going to go on and I'm going to tell you all the points for each piece. You don't have to memorize them, but you can write them down. And what it does is it helps you out when you start capturing. If you're going to capture another piece, you do not want to capture, for example, a pawn that's worth 1 point with your rook and lose your rook after that for a pawn. That's 5 minus 1, which is 4. That person got 4 points. Right now, this was an even exchange. 5 points for 5 points. So, the other thing I wanted to say was the bishop, which we're going to do next, is the rook's nemesis. Because you'll see in a minute that the way that the rook attacks, the bishop cannot. So, in other words, the rook moves side to side, and the bishop can come at an angle attacking it. But it cannot attack back. Likewise, you'll see when we do the bishop attacks one way and the rook attacks the other way. So they go against each other if they're in opposite teams, but if they're on the same team, that's a good partner to have on your team. Anyway, we'll deal with more things later on. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll check you guys on the board.